This video is for those who are trying to choose between the Vali 2 and the Magni Heretic. Both amplifiers are from Schiit Audio. Welcome to Russell Red's Reviews. Okay, so the Vali 2 is a tube hybrid amplifier, and the Heretic, the Magni Heretic, is a solid state amplifier. For the sound test, the headphones I used are the HD650 from Sennheiser, the R70X from Audio-Technica, the K712 from AKG, and the LS200IS also from Audio-Technica. The last one is an in-ear monitor. Digital to analog conversion during the sound test was done by the Modi, also from Schiit Audio. And the files used were high-res lossless music from Apple Music, set to audio quality set to 24192. So if you clicked because you just you're just concerned about sound, okay? If sound is the only thing you are considering, well, after hours of listening and switching from one to the other, I can tell you that the Vali 2 here is more fun. There is more bass slam, and the treble it produces is more sparkly. Does it sound tubey? Well, to be honest, I have never heard a tube amp, like a real tube amp. Some reviewer, right? I know. But yeah, I can't answer that for you. You'll have to look somewhere else for that, unfortunately. The Magni Heretic, on the other hand, sounds flat. So, again, if sound is the only thing you care about, there's your answer. Now, about specific songs. So, during the sound test, I listened to Coheed and Cambria's Faint of Hearts. So this song sounds nice and flat on the Heretic. I don't think any part of the music became more prominent or more recessed. On the Vali 2, the bass had, like what we mentioned earlier, had more slam. The song sounded a bit warmer, and I think that gave the song the energy it needed. And yeah, I guess that's a clear example of what I mentioned earlier. So if you listen mostly to fun, loud music, then the Vali 2 might be for you. I also listened to A Favor House Atlantic, also from the same band, and I came to the same conclusion just a couple of seconds into the song. You know, from the intro, you can immediately tell that it suits the Vali 2 more. Now, don't get me wrong; it sounded good on the Heretic, but it simply sounded better on the Vali 2. Now, song number 2. Okay, song number 2 is Norah Jones' "What Am I to You." Now, that song sounded better on the Heretic. The Vali 2 added energy to the song, which isn't bad. It's just that I think the more clinical, more neutral presentation of the Heretic suited the song better. On the Vali 2, the lows were more prominent. The snare drum had more presence. And in fact, according to my notes here, the echo of the snare in the studio is more prominent on the Vali 2. And you can hear it clearly during the quieter parts of the guitar solo, starting at 2 minutes, 2 seconds. And I think, you know, that gave the snare a more aggressive sound. Again, not a bad thing, just not my thing. However, I think Norah Jones' voice sounded sexier on the Vali 2. Now, I might just be imagining that, but hey, I'm just giving you my observations. Okay, I also listened to Martin by the band Jizue. That's Jizue, if you want to Google that. It sounded leaner on the Heretic, and just a teensy bit warmer on the Vali 2. And it's only, to me, okay, it's only perceptible if you listen to each of these, back to back. I also noticed special note on the Vali 2, the acoustic guitar starting at 6 seconds sounds just a little bit farther away on the right channel. So yeah, I guess we can say soundstage is a bit better on the Vali 2 as well. So if that's important to you, okay, so yeah, take note of that. Okay, so that's for the sound. All right, yeah, we start with sound here. That's how we do it at Russell Rice Reviews. Okay, let me give you a visual tour. Okay, starting with the Vali 2. Now, this specific model is the Vali 2 Plus Plus. So here it is in black finish. The stock tube I got is the 6 and 3P. At the back, you have RCA in, RCA out. Okay, volume knob is here in the front, of course. There, nice big volume knob. Okay, gain switch is at the back. No, here. So here's the power switch. Here's the gain switch. In a dim room, the glow of the tube looks really cool. And if I'm being honest, that's one of the reasons I wanted this amp. So there are many options, for tube hybrid amplifiers, but you want to be careful because, and I don't know how true this is. I just read it. Some people say that some tube hybrids only have the tube for aesthetic, for the look, and it doesn't really do anything for amplification. Okay? And yeah, Vali 2, the tube here is actually part of the amplification. Okay, next, here is the Magni Heretic in silver finish. So the Heretic has this red accent all around. I'm not sure if that's even an accent, if there's more red than silver, but yeah, there. So if you like red, then you might see value in that. I know I did. At the back, similar to Vali 2, you have the RCA in, RCA out power switch right here, and the gain switch is here at the front. Like the Vali 2, it glows, but without the tube. The guys at Schiit Audio put a tiny red light inside there that indicates whether the amp is on or not. Okay, key difference between these two is the gain switch. So, Vali 2 gain switch at the back, Magni Heretic gain switch is at the front, and Vali 2 only has 2 levels, low and high gain. The Heretic has 3, so there's high gain, low gain, and negative gain. And the negative gain is pretty useful if you use in-ear monitors, because as you know, in-ear monitors or IEMs can get really loud pretty quickly because they're usually very sensitive. So when I'm using in-ear monitors at negative gain, I don't have to be super careful with the volume knob. I don't feel like I'm at risk of damaging my hearing even more than I have, even if I accidentally turn the knob to the right a little too enthusiastically. And I can't say the same if I do that while I have it set to low gain or high gain. So the Heretic gets some points for that. Okay, about power, you might be wondering. So, well, there's really not much to say here. They are able to drive all the headphones I used during the test with ease. And with something a little harder to drive, like the AKG K712, well, at high gain, I get to a satisfying volume at the 10 o'clock on the knob, and at low gain, at low gain at 2 o'clock, at the 2 o'clock position. So, you still get a lot of headroom, even if you're using something power hungry like the AKG K712. Okay, power output similar with the Heretic, up by just a tiny little bit, and you can just look at the specs on Schiit's website. It's strange though that even if the Magni it has a bit a higher output, I still feel like I need to like dial the volume a little higher on the Magni compared to the Vali 2. Now I'm not gonna claim to understand why that is, but that's just what I have observed. Okay, so power, not much to talk about. They look pretty similar visually. So the style, I guess, would be a factor when choosing between the two, and yeah, the sound, of course. So which one should you get? The Vali, get the Vali 2 Plus Plus if you want a more fun sound, and if you wanna, I don't know, make your desktop look 87% cooler with a glowing vacuum tube. All right, get the Vali 2. The Magni Heretic, get this one. If you like a flatter, cleaner sound, if you need a negative gain level, and if, like me, you live in Manila, where finding replacement tubes for the Vali 2 won't be easy. And and if you want to add some red to your desktop, then yeah, the Magni Heretic might be the better choice for you. Okay. Thank you for watching. Till the next video.